Hey everyone, this is a new monthly series we're going to be doing, our monthly pickups.
Yes.
And in this, we're just going to talk about what kind of games we picked up or anything gaming related.
Yeah.
I'm Geo,
And I'm Josie.
and let's start it off.
Yeah. I'm gonna go just fast and furious.
Yeah, you have the most. Of course, we are at your place right now. So.
We're at my place, and you did buy some digital ones, but you should talk about what you purchased digitally.
Okay.
But in terms of some games that I got, I do want to say that I have a secret one that I have that Geo doesn't actually know about. So I hope to surprise him, and we'll get his reaction in this video. So, anyways, one of the ones that we talked about a couple of episodes ago on Games I Speak. Bayonetta Vanquish collection. I got it on the Xbox One. It's the phenomenal remastering of some amazing action games from Platinum Games. Yep. I know you're going to be getting it on PlayStation 4.
Yep, I already have it.
Oh, you already have it?
Yeah.
Fantastic. See?
Yeah.
And then the Yakuza Remastered collection, this is the remastering of Yakuza's 3, 4, and 5. That's 3 games in one.
Yeah.
And these are large games. This is a Yakuza, like a crime drama brawler game from Sega. They are so much fun, and they are written by, I'm going to say, the Mario Puzo equivalent of Japanese novelists.
Okay.
So these are like sprawling crime saga games.
Now, are they? Do they have any distant relation to Shenmue?
Yes, in terms of having kind of like an open world.
Yeah.
And they're littered with lots of mini games and even actual Sega games, like in arcades. Like you can go into an arcade and then like maybe play like Space Harrier or something like that.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So why is there a PS3 case in there? Can you explain that?
So Yakuza 5 was only available in the States digitally. They never got a physical release.
Okay.
So this is their way of being like, hey, this is your case, because I have all the Yakuzas. I have Yakuza 1 and 2 on the PlayStation 2, Yakuza 3, 4, and then 5 digitally on the PlayStation 3, and then 6 came out on the PlayStation 5. They're starting to re-release them on the PlayStation 4. They remade Yakuzas 1 and 2. They're called Yakuza 1 Kiwami, Yakuza 2 Kiwami, and they made a new prequel to all these games called Yakuza 0 Kiwami.
Okay.
And these are all like 25-hour brawler type games. Mm-hmm. The fighting style is very much, I'd say, akin to Shenmue / Virtua Fighter.
Okay.
And they're just so much fun. They're zany. The world is a lot of fun to be in.
I've seen crazy
Yeah.
videos of and memes of that game. Yeah.
Yeah. Highly suggested.
Okay.
And then I've got the big one.
Yeah. This is the one I'm jealous about.
I have been trying to find this for so long. And I got this for a good price. I'm not going to say prices because this isn't evergreen. We never know the fluctuation of the market. But I got this for a darn good price. This was a GameStop exclusive, the Resident Evil 7 Collector's Edition. I got this for the Xbox One. It comes with a gorgeous music box, a hideously gorgeous music box that plays the creepiest music.
Nice.
Yes.
Do you play it before you go to bed?
Yes, all the time. And then I have nightmares. And then I don't sleep. And I just look at the shadows dancing. But anyways, it also comes with a beautiful steelbook case, a VHS tape. If you know the game, you know that it starts the prologue / the beginning hour. Starts off with a camera crew of like a haunted show. Like
found footage?
Yeah. Ghost Adventures type show. And
what was
they went to the wrong place. Just saying.
What was that one Japanese movie that had that videotape that people would watch?
Oh, The Ring.
The Ring, yeah. It's like The Ring, right?
Yeah, yeah. And then a picture of the Baker family, which you still need to play this, Geo.
Yes, I do.
He hasn't played Resident Evil 7, and I'm super excited for Resident Evil 3. So to get this before I get my collector's edition of Resident Evil 3 is just icing on the cake.
And to be clear, I didn't even know this game existed until they told me.
Yeah, you didn't even know about Resident Evil 7, which was like killing me.
I was like, yeah, man, when are they going to make a Resident Evil 7? And this guy was like, what are you talking about? They already made it. I was like, what? Yeah, I had no clue.
Here's the thing, and I'm going to just digress a little bit right here. Resident Evil 3 is about to come out. And right now, we're in the midst of a pandemic. Which of something that will not be named, but the shorthand for this virus is CV.
Yes.
This is the best marketing Resident Evil Code Veronica can get.
Yeah, and if you take the name of the family of viruses,
Yes.
and you change the wording, it spells raccoon. I'm not making that up.
Oh my god,
And
that is amazing.
And I can't. And this is why people go insane, and people believe that we're in a simulation.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you, Elon Musk. Somebody posted a picture of a lab in China,
Oh no.
and their symbol was a blue umbrella.
Oh my god. It's happening.
Yeah.
It's real.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Do you want to cover some games that you got?
Yeah. So,
Just do a couple and then we'll move on.
so
Oh, hey.
first up,
Shantae.
Shantae. Sorry about that. So this is a platformer,
Yes.
and what's the system that this has its roots in? I always forget.
I'm pretty sure it's the Game Boy.
It's the Game Boy. Yeah.
It was the Game Boy Color, I believe. It was developed by Way Forward.
Yeah.
And they are they make phenomenal action platformers.
Yeah. So I bought this because
Beautiful sprite work.
yes, these games are beloved by speedrunners.
Mm.
And so every time they have GDQ, Games Done Quick, and I see them speedrunning Shantae, I'm like, man, I need to get it. So that's why I bought this one.
Nice.
And then this Spider-Man Game of the Year edition.
Very cool. It has the DLC in there on the disc.
Yes. Yep.
Good.
So it says,
I don't like it when you get like Game of the Year editions and they have the DLC as a code.
yeah.
I'd rather have it on the disc so
I
that
don't
it's
know.
kind of
Is
like
it on the code? Let me
a
see.
little future proof. Oh, don't show it. Yeah, there's a code.
There's a code. Sorry about that.
Horizon Zero Dawn did a collector's edition where it had the Frozen Wilds, and it was actually on the disc DLC.
Yeah.
So you always want to be kind of cognizant of that,
Yeah.
especially for kind of future-proofing your games a little bit.
Yes.
Because, I mean, like, you'll take a Super Nintendo game and you put it in the system and you play it and there's no problems.
There's nothing.
And now you turn on your newfangled
You must
PS4.
download.
You must be connected to the
Yeah.
internet. You must update.
So shout outs to FDK. He actually got this for me.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So.
And what kind of digital games did you get?
Digitally, I got the Record of Lodos War, D-Lit, Monolith
Wonder
Labyrinth.
in Labyrinth.
Yeah, Wonder in Labyrinth. So, yeah, it's a strange title. I bought that on Steam, and then I got a number of other games, but the problem was GameStop shipped them to me with those default black cases. So I got Bravely Default 2 for 3DS.
Default.
Yeah. And then
Bravely Default is fantastic.
Yeah.
That is so Bravely Default. I just want to say real quick, that team, they were supposed to do kind of like old school Final Fantasy games, and like just bringing it back from like the Super Nintendo style Final Fantasy games. And they did their first game was the Four Heroes of Light, Final Fantasy Four Heroes of Light, and it has its roots from Bravely. So Bravely Default's roots are from that game. There's some actually characters from that game that are in Bravely Default.
Okay.
But then Square was like, change the title. Let's not make it Final Fantasy. So that's when it became Bravely Default. But it's such a fun game. It is really, really good. And they have a booster in there so you can go and speed through battles.
Okay.
Very, very good.
I gotta say, I think Bravely Default is probably one of the best JRPGs that have come out in
recent years. Like old school style.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I can agree to that.
Yep.
Definitely.
So show me.
Speaking of old school RPGs, I did get this old school RPG, Tales of Phantasia, on the Game Boy Advance. Now, this game is a Tales of game, obviously one of the first Tales of games, and it never came out stateside. This came out originally on the Super Famicom, and this is the only version that we legitimately got in the States. And it's a poor version. It's a terrible version of the game.
Okay.
Apparently, it's better to maybe get a bootleg version of the Super NES or a bootleg version of the PlayStation update, which actually has cutscenes, animated cutscenes in it.
Okay.
But this version, apparently the porting of it, it's a little bit slow in terms of the gameplay and the fight, but I wanted to have it because I have practically all the Tales of games,
Mhm.
and I never actually played the original. And I kind of, as a collector, I just wanted to have it.
Nice.
And then moving on, I also took advantage of GameStop and went to GameStop that had a couple of these DS games because they had like a
Yeah,
buy two get two free.
that's what I did too.
Buy two get
Yeah.
two free, and one of them had Super Princess Peach, which I was
Nice.
super excited to find. This is actually kind of like a harder to find game. One that the Princess Peach actually stars in,
Yes.
a platformer, and one of the keys or one of like the quirks of the game is that she actually plays with her. You can play with her emotions.
Oh,
So like when she cries or when she's happy, like the effect of the gameplay. And so I actually haven't played it yet, but I'm excited to try it out.
nice.
And then we've got Kirby Planet Robobot, which I actually have never really played a Kirby game.
Really?
I've never really played a Kirby game.
Oh,
I've
okay.
played Kirby in Dreamland. What was
Yeah.
it on the NES?
Yes.
And then what was the SNES one? Was there a Kirby Paint? Because I played that one a lot.
Kirby Paint?
Yeah, exactly. On Super Nintendo, there was like a Kirby, like Mario Paint, but
Yeah.
not.
I didn't know that.
I think it was.
Okay.
It was like my cousin's Super Nintendo because I actually didn't have a Super Nintendo back in the day.
Okay.
I had a Sega Genesis.
Me too. Me too.
And it was like this one Kirby game. I want to say it's Paint, but maybe it wasn't. But I remember like becoming a rock and like sliding down like geometric levels and being like, "This isn't that fun."
Yeah.
But I hear this game's a lot of fun.
Okay.
So I wanted
There's
to.
also
I wanted to get it.
there's also let me see.
Yeah.
There's also a Kirby game that's like Smash Brothers.
Star Alliance, All Star Alliance, I
I-
think.
I
something
think
like
so,
that,
yeah,
or,
they-
or Battle Royale.
Yeah, something
There
like
it
that.
is.
Yeah, they also have a Kirby game that's like Smash.
Yes, no,
Yeah.
no. But I hear this one's a lot of fun. This is also an action platformer.
Okay.
Where Kirby's in a robot for some ungodly reason. I mean, he's already powerful as it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
Kirby's awesome.
yeah, no.
Kirby's my my main character in Smash Bros.
So exactly, I was about to say that. So if anything, the one Kirby game that I have played to completion was Super Smash Brothers.
Okay.
Ultimate.
Okay.
Because through the World of Light, you can play as Kirby, and Kirby's the strongest character that survived annihilation.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
And then Pokemon Ultramoon. Need I say more?
Yeah.
Pokemon speaks for itself.
Yep.
And then part of that team of games, I also got, because it was a buy two get two free, Breath of the Wild for the Wii U.
Oh, nice.
Because I might as well have it. I mean,
Yeah.
this goes to show that the Wii U did have amazing games.
It did. The Wii U had amazing games.
And I mean, one of my favorite games was Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Yes.
And that game is just stuck on the Wii U.
And let's have a competition. How many episodes can he bring that game up? I think you've done it 11 so far.
we're gonna have to dry report or a tally system. But
Oh, that's it. I did buy Xenoblade Chronicles 3D for the 3DS.
Yes.
Yeah.
So here she is.
Yes. So
This is not the one that he bought, but this is
it's
my
a-
copy.
it's,
But it's a
uh,
hard to find 3DS game.
yeah, so I got this also, but again, GameStop shipped it to me with a default black case, so I'm gonna have to print out my own.
Fair enough. But no, Xenoblade Chronicles is one of my favorite JRPGs of recent memory.
Yeah.
Like this entire Xenoblade Chronicles universe, they're doing it right and well. And just the action and the storytelling and the characters, everything is just on point. And
Nice.
I can't give them enough praise.
Nice.
I'm really excited for Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition that's coming out on the Nintendo Switch later this year.
Okay.
So, one thing that Gio and I talk about in terms of collecting is preparing for what's coming next.
Yeah.
One thing that I think you can illuminate on a little bit is Analog.
Yeah.
Analog is a company that
Let
makes,
me pull up their website.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Analog is a company that has been making amazing hardware to play old school games. One of the new analog systems that's coming out is completely different than all the others. It's a portable system.
Yes. So let me pull that up.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, Josie hit it right. It's basically they make modern versions of older hardware, and they do it right. They do it in a way that is they use FPGAs, field programmable
Arrays.
something arrays. Yeah, I always forget it. So look at this thing. This thing is basically a Game Boy. It's a modern Game Boy. It can play at, look at this, 1600 by 1440 resolution.
That's insane.
10 times the resolution of original Game Boy. It's going to be able to play Lynx, Game Gear,
Game Boy Advance.
Game Boy Advanced, Game Boy, and then what's this one? Is this a Game
That's
Gear?
Game Gear. That's
This
Game
is
Gear.
Game Boy Advance right here. Yeah.
Yeah, so
This
that's
is
Game Boy
Gear.
and Game Boy Color.
Yeah. So,
But even Japanese Game Boy, it seems, right there.
now also it's going to have two features that people are really hyped about. One, it's going to have a synthesizer built into it, so you're going to be able to make music on it.
That's amazing.
And so artists, creative types are very excited for that. And it's also going to have an extra core for
Yes.
indie developers. So people are going to be making new games for this thing. So I told several people, I've told you,
Yes.
get your older retro pocket games now, because when this thing drops, the prices are probably going to go up.
Along those lines, I'm also thinking ahead of the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
And the rumors, granted, it hasn't been completely confirmed yet, but it's going to be completely backwards compatible.
Yes.
All the way up to PlayStation 1.
Which you're going to have a lot of people buying older PlayStation games.
Exactly. And that's what I want to show right now, is literally my PlayStation 2 games that I've purchased in preparation for
The PS5.
the onslaught. Because, I mean, if you think of it this way, one of the things that the Xbox has been doing well is their backwards compatibility with the original Xbox and the
Yeah.
Xbox 360.
Microsoft does a great job with that.
And those games haven't had that much of a rise in prices because there are so many available.
Mhm.
So they're not in short supply, and they're not that old.
Mhm.
Granted, there are some, like Panzer Dragoon Orta. When that was made backwards compatible, I saw the prices for that, a complete in-box copy, rise double
Okay.
in price.
Okay.
So these are some of the games that I've just purchased that I've been wanting
Okay.
for the PlayStation 2. We've got Nightshade, which is the sequel to Shinobi on the PlayStation 2. Really fun action game, hard as nails. I
Yeah.
love it. Like
Yeah.
when I beat Shinobi, that's literally one of my crowning achievements. Like
Nice.
Shinobi was so darn hard. They had a blade in the game that required you to defeat enemies in a timely fashion. If not, that blade slowly kills you. So you have a mechanic that's slowly killing you throughout the level. You needed to space out how you killed enemies and when you killed enemies, because if not, you could have died if you killed them too quickly
Mhm.
and didn't progress through the level enough, and then find the enemies or find wherever you needed to do
Yeah.
in order to progress.
Yeah.
Insane. So I'm wondering if this is very similar, but I'm excited to play it. This is Oz. This is a Japanese game called Over Zenith.
Mhm.
And this was done by the same team that did the 3D Castlevania games. This is a Konami game.
Okay.
And the quirk about this one, in Europe, this was released in Europe, and it was called The Sword of Etheria. But we never got it here in the States, unfortunately. And I don't have a PS2 that can play PAL games.
Okay.
But I hope that the PlayStation 5 will be region free. The PlayStation 4 Pro is region free.
Yeah.
The PlayStation 4 is region free, so I'm kind
Yeah.
of hoping. And the quirk about this game is that you actually juggle. It's you play with 3 characters, and you juggle enemies between the 3 characters. It's an action game in order to whittle down the enemy life.
Okay.
It's actually pretty cool. It has the music from Michiro Yamane, who also did music for Castlevania. It's really good. I liked
Okay.
it a lot. This is Blood Plus One Night Kiss. I'm a huge Suda51 fan. And Suda51, if you know, he has made games like Killer 7.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Shadows of the Damned, Lollipop Chainsaw, and most recently Let It Die. And there's also Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes.
Yeah.
No More Heroes 3 is coming out. Anyways, I like his games. They're quirky, they're crazy, they're zany. This is another one based off of the Blood anime franchise, and it's very much got the look and feel of Killer 7.
Like just looking at this,
Yes.
it reminds me of the Blood anime,
Yeah.
the movie.
Yes.
And except she had long hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is a different version.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to try this out, give it a shot. And
Oh,
then
you got it.
I finally got it. I
Yeah.
found it. Echo Night Beyond. They were selling this for I'm gonna say the price for $130 at a mom and pop shop close to us. I got it for much less than that.
Really?
Much less than that.
Okay. So explain,
not saying the
like,
price.
why is this game so rare?
This is a rare survival horror game, the third in a series made by From Software.
Yes.
So this is a rare game that you can barely find anywhere, especially complete in box. And I'm just excited because it's From Software. I'm a big From Software fan.
Yeah.
We're both excited for Elden Ring coming up soon.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, no, I want to see how this plays and want to know what's going on and why it's so expensive.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes games are expensive just because of how rare they are.
Yeah.
And also, of course, quality plays a part in it.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's literally just because of short prints.
Yes. Yeah.
How about you?
So this was probably one of my biggest pickups this month.
Yes, and you have a review. We should link that on below.
Yeah, this is the Japanese version of Granblue Fantasy Versus, and the reason I got the Japanese version was because it came out before the American version, and it was difficult to play the RPG mode on this for obvious reasons.
Mhm.
But I just like breezed through it because it was like a really cool beat 'em up, and
Yes.
they had boss fights. And I put up 3 videos of 3 of my boss fights. Did you look at any of them?
Yes.
They're beautiful, right?
Yeah, gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean, I purchased the game
Yeah.
mostly because of your review and also because the game looks incredible.
Yeah. So this one, I highly recommend this if you're a fighting game player. Now, for RPG fans, you're gonna breeze through the story mode on this quickly.
It's not so much an RPG, but it's more of a brawler.
It's a brawler with RPG elements.
Mhm.
You can actually get different weapons and upgrade them. You can each weapons have elemental powers, and you can also get like different items and stuff like that. So it does have some RPG elements to it. And then this,
Oh,
Yeah.
snap.
So-
Nice.
I'm a big Sega Genesis collector,
Mm.
and so here we have Teenage Mutant Ninja
Ooh,
Turtles
You
Tournament.
see how hard that
Fighters.
clamshell was to
Yeah.
open? That's protection.
So this is a very interesting fighting game, and I'm actually going to put up a video of me and some friends playing an impromptu tournament
Nice.
with this game. And so it's basically like you take Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and you introduce it to Street Fighter. That's what it's like. Some of the players are not carbon copies, but some of the players are pretty darn close to Street Fighter equivalents. So like April, she's like Vega.
That makes no sense.
Donatello.
Why is April like Vega?
I don't know. She does these crazy like air grabs.
Oh my god. Does she also wear a claw?
No. Donatello is like Guile.
Okay.
He literally has a charge. Like it looks like a sonic boom.
Yes, but his
And-
bow staff?
It's with his bow staff, and he does a flash kick. So he's literally Guile.
That's ridiculous.
And then Raphael is like E Honda.
What?
He can like fly through the screen.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so it's a pretty cool game. And the main thing that I spent my money on was hardware. So that brings us up to another analog product here.
Yes.
Now, unfortunately, you didn't get this.
I did not because I focus mostly on software more than hardware, and,
Yeah.
I'm going to show you what I got instead of this.
So this is the NT Mini. This is like the pinnacle of a modern Nintendo. And so
Not just Nintendo, Famicom as well.
yeah, so it plays Famicom games, it plays Nintendo games. So this one sold out in about a week, and it was very pricey. But in my opinion, it's worth it because the build quality is insane.
Yes.
The features are great. This one actually has some improvements over the old one. But if you go online and try to buy an original one of the NT Mini,
Over $1,000.
it's over $1,000.
Easily.
And yeah, so that's why I got it. And
And it's beautiful. It
it's-
looks gorgeous. And you already have
I have
a Super
big
NT, a Sega, the Mega SG.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get the Pocket. So, and also I have a big Nintendo library.
Do you have any of those reviews? I mean, you did review the DAC, but do you have any of the
Yeah.
reviews of the Sega, the Mega SG, or the Super NT?
No, I didn't because I got them later, and
Mm.
everybody had like look up My Life in Gaming. They
Yeah,
have
no, they're fantastic.
they have the
But
greatest.
I mean,
reviews.
you can talk to the quality of it though.
Yeah,
and-
so they're great. But they've had some quality control issues on some of their peripherals. The DAC does not work right. You can't play light guns on the Sega Genesis or
the
the Mega
DAC, to
SG.
explain, it allows you to use these consoles on a CRT rather
Yes.
than using it on a HD television.
Yeah, so I have a review for that. You can find it on the channel. But basically, my boil down is that like it doesn't beat original hardware. You know what I mean?
No, of course.
That's just the way it is. I mean, you have 2 CRTs over there in that room.
One CRT just for light gun games, literally just for light gun games,
Yeah.
because I love light gun games.
Yeah.
And the other CRT is actually too advanced for light gun games.
Yeah.
It was one of those CRTs that was kind of bordering onto the HD television.
Yeah.
Edge of things, but it makes games look so fantastic, like PlayStation games, PlayStation 2 games,
They look.
and Wii games too. Wii
There's
games
a-
look incredible on
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. There's a world of difference between
Exactly.
playing on a CRT and playing on a
And
monitor.
it's difficult for me to justify going on a HD TV when CRT is not only for those nostalgic feelings, but also latency input
Yeah.
and just visual in general.
Yeah.
But granted, these systems
they're
are making that
Yes.
obsolete, and and I'm not going to have these CRTs forever.
They're
will not
gonna
last
die out.
forever.
They're
They
gonna
will
die-
die out.
unless
You're future proofing yourself, which
Yeah.
is phenomenal. I prefer to get the software
Yeah.
because I want to have that
Yeah.
first.
But unless someone finds a way to reproduce a CRT without all the hazardous materials,
Mm-hmm.
if someone can do that,
That's
I mean,
gonna that's gonna change the game literally. Like that
Yes.
that would create an influx for original hardware,
yes,
wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would create an influx, but also it would be like, first of all, it would be $1 million business right out of the gate. No, for real, it would. But like, or even finding a way to restore old CRTs in a way where they're not hazardous.
Well, here's the thing. It's because CRTs are gigantic, though.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. One, it would have to cut down on the weight. Two, it would have to remove the hazardous material aspect of it.
Mhm.
And three, it would have to be in a way that was like sustainable. You know what I mean? So it's
Bamboo CRTs.
yeah, yeah. But yeah. So
Okay.
what do you have
So
next?
talking about PlayStation games and CRTs, these are a couple of PlayStation games I got. Just a few more games left, not too much. I've got Tail Concerto.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, you haven't, because this is rare AF. This is a platformer, an action platformer done by Atlas.
Oh
And
wow.
yeah, no, exactly. And it's all about anthropomorphic animals in robots, just like Kirby
Oh,
Robobot.
nice.
So there's a theme this this month. But these are all pickups from February, just so you
Okay.
know. And no, this is a lot of fun. And actually, funny enough, there was a sequel to this, which is equally just as rare on the DS, called Solato Robo.
Mhm.
And they're making a third game in this series. I forget. I think it's called the Red Baron series or the Baron series. And it's called Fuga.
Mhm.
And it is a strategy RPG in the same universe, coming out shortly within the following year or so on the Switch, I believe.
Okay, I'll look at.
So this is part of a series. Very fun, very cute, anime cutscenes, very ahead of its time. Now this one, not so much. This one's called Vampire Hunter D, based off of
one of the greatest
animes
animes of all time.
Agreed. Both movies. I love both movies. The origi-
Bloodlust is incredible.
So this is based off of Bloodlust.
Oh. Nice.
So in Bloodlust, if you recall, you're trying to hunt a vampire named Meyer Link, who abducted a woman named Charlotte, and this takes place and then they leave and they go to Carmilla's castle. If you
Yes.
recall the movie
Yeah,
at all,
yeah.
this takes place in Carmilla's castle.
Wow.
And
Is it a good game?
It is not a good game.
You tried it already?
Yeah, it's
Let me
not.
see.
It's not that great. It's like they tried to do a 3D Castlevania in the PlayStation era,
Oh.
and it's very slow, clunky. It is atmospheric. They did
Okay.
get the look and feel, for the most part, of Vampire Hunter D within the game. So,
Yeah.
like, as a fan,
Oh, yeah.
I'm happy to own it.
Dude, it
And
would
it's not that expensive.
okay. It would be awesome if they got the team that made Devil May Cry to make a game
Oh my
like that.
god, that would be insane.
Yeah, that would probably be a perfect union, or just like
That would be so cool.
Platinum Games.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
Yes,
to
no.
make a Vampire Hunter D
My
game.
eyes. You see this? You see this?
Yeah.
No, I got excited. No, that would be great. This
Yeah.
game is not that great, but as a fan,
Yeah.
you'll do anything.
Yeah, you'll do anything.
And then this is my last one.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
This is the surprise. This is my
That-
holy grail. I've been waiting to get this game
Oh,
for forever.
I think I know what it is, but I'm not going to say. If I'm right, I'll say it. Yep, I was right.
Panzer Dragoon Saga.
Yeah, so let's briefly go over what happened to you on eBay, because that was a tragedy.
If you know Panzer Dragoon Saga, you know that it commands quite the price. It is incredibly rare, mostly because this was released late in the Sega Saturn's lifespan.
Yeah, and any games released late have less copies.
Yes, exactly, a low print run. And this is one of the rare RPGs on the Sega Saturn. And honestly, it's actually quite incredible and very ahead of its time. This was released around, I believe, the same time, if not earlier, before Final Fantasy VII.
Mhm.
It looks much better than Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
Granted, story-wise, I'm going to give it to Final Fantasy VII. But just playing it straight off of the Saturn hardware, incredible. Oh my
Yes.
god. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of story, but it's all cutscenes. Like, there's video cutscenes with dialogue.
Yeah, that's what one of
With-
the big
with
things
voice,
about this
with
game.
voice.
Yeah, was a video cutscene.
Anyways, my story, my horror story. So I was looking, I'm constantly always looking to see, if the games that I want, I have a list. And this is what games-I-beat comes
Yes,
in.
and I'll briefly discuss that at the end.
So what happens is that I am constantly looking for the game, and the game unfortunately commands quite a high price. Like $500 is reasonable for this game, and I won an auction for $500 for this game. That auction that I won canceled as soon as I won it.
Mhm.
And the problem is that before the auction was canceled, before it even ended, the auction holder, he had a make an offer tag. So I went ahead and made an offer for a little bit over $100 over his starting bid. He didn't accept it, and he was like, "No, I've seen it command a larger price," which is completely true. Anyways, so the time goes by. For some reason, no one is hitting this auction at all, and I wait till the last minute, and then I bid, and I get it for the base price of $500, which is a steal nowadays for this game.
Yeah.
And I'm elated. I'm ecstatic. I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I did this.
Yeah.
And then I get a reply that says that this transaction has been canceled before I even start, as I'm about to go ahead and pay for the item. And I'm like, what happened?
Yeah.
And I realized that obviously the person selling the game didn't want to sell it at that price, even though that was a starting bid.
Yeah.
And I had offered more. So I contact this person and I'm like, look, is it an issue of the price? Because I did make you an offer and I'm willing to go this much in order to pay for it, which is still below the market price for the game. No, does not accept it. In fact, minutes after the cancellation, the same auction goes right back up. And I was like, this is dirty as hell.
Yeah.
So I have the ability, because it was an auction and I had won the auction, I have the ability to leave feedback.
Yes, which you should if somebody plays a game like that.
Exactly. So I leave feedback, and I leave negative feedback, and I describe what transpired. That I won the auction fairly and squarely, and he canceled it because he wasn't getting the price that he wanted.
Yep.
And then instantly re-put that auction up.
Yeah.
Anyways, I go ahead and I cry throughout the night.
It was a big deal. My phone was blowing up with texts and of the correspondence between you and this guy.
Exactly.
And the guy was like, he was blaming like his life, and like he was basically making every excuse in the book
Yes.
than just saying, "I'm sorry, bro. I just wanted more money." Like he refused to just mention the truth.
Exactly. So I left negative feedback, and he was trying to tell me to get rid of it. And he said to get rid of it because there was no transaction took place. And I'm like, no, eBay shows this transaction took place. You just canceled it.
Yeah.
So I'm informing people of what kind of person you are,
Yeah,
how you treat people, and how you didn't want to carry out through a transaction because you didn't get what you wanted. Which, in that case, as a seller, you can always put a reserve on your auctions.
Yeah, and here's a thing. I've sold a lot of items on eBay.
Mhm.
When you go to cancel an auction, they specifically warn you need to do this for the right reasons. You can't just cancel it just because you don't get what you want.
Exactly.
So he basically went, in my opinion, he basically did not follow their terms of service
No, he didn't.
because he just canceled it because he didn't get what he wanted out of the deal. The auction was up fair and square. You won the auction.
Yes.
He should have honored the auction. So, yeah, it was his fault, plain and simple. And I know some people who are like live off eBay might disagree.
Yes.
But I mean, come on. The fact that he had the nerve to put it right back up again.
Oh my gosh. Here's the thing. The next day, he took it down.
Yeah.
The next day, he took it down. He's like, "No, man, take off that negative feedback." And I was like, "Nah, fam.
Yeah.
This is what happened.
Yeah.
This is how it is. Too
Yeah.
bad. So sad. If I can't win this thing because of what you did, then this is the truth of the situation.
This is just what happened.
Exactly.
But now you have it.
Now
It's
I have
in
it.
your clutches.
It's in my hands.
Do you sleep with
I've
it at night?
Played it.
Do you sleep with it at night?
Geo, I've played it.
Is it good?
Oh my god. I don't know if it's good enough for the price.
But it's a good
this
game.
is the reason why I didn't get the NT
Okay.
Mini. This is the reason. And honestly, if I had another option to do that, I would do it again.
Yeah. No, I agree with
yeah.
you just because of how much this game means to you, and like you're a hardcore Panzer Dragoon fan.
Yep.
And a Sega Saturn fan. So
Yes. I'm trying to finish my Saturn collection. I'm not trying to get a complete collection. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to get complete collections anywhere.
Yeah.
These games that I purchased, they're games that I'm interested in playing and that I want to eventually get to.
Yeah.
Granted, I haven't played all of them,
Mhm.
but it's like curated games that I want to not only own but also play. I don't
Yeah.
buy games just to be like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
it's there.
Yeah.
Like Tales of Phantasia, I will be playing that game.
Yeah.
And that was probably the one game that I'm like, yeah, it's kind of broken, but I've already got a Super Nintendo backup.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
haha.
So-
But you're the same way.
Yeah.
And you're buying these games because these are games that you're interested in
Yeah.
and you love. You're not collecting just to collect.
Yeah. And so that brings us up to so what Games I Beat is about is it was just a project I made for fun where you can and I know there's other versions of this, but
Not quite like
not
this.
quite like this, and I'm doing it for people like Josie and myself.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you can go to gamesibeat.com, create an account, and you can basically create lists, custom lists to organize your game collection. You can have games you beat, hence Games I Beat.
Games you want.
Games you want. You can have a backlog. You can have a wish list, and you can actually share the wish list with people.
Yes, which is awesome because literally
Yeah.
I like these games. They're part of my wish list, and I
Yeah.
have a wish list on my phone.
But
my
we're
notes.
gonna get him to switch over to
yeah,
the
no,
Games I Beat.
well,
Yeah.
no, I want to.
You can also make a ranking list and share that with people. So you can rank, hey, these are my top Super Nintendo games, and you can share that.
Or these are the top games I want.
If these are the top games I want, you can also make a collector's list, in which case I will be adding the eBay values to that list.
Current eBay values, so you can go
Yeah.
ahead and check, and then double check
Yeah.
sometimes.
So
Because price charting isn't completely accurate.
it's not completely accurate, and I did it the best way I could. I basically pulled in a large pool of auctions
Mm.
or bids or whatever, and I took the mean value, which is the main middle value,
Yes.
and so I looked at it. It seems all right, but I can tweak it in the future. But anyways, yeah, check it out, gamesibeat.com. It's for people like us and like you if you enjoy this video.
Yeah.
And
And if you like collecting games.
yeah, if you like collecting games. But let us know in the comments what you think about these games, what games you got this month.
Yeah, what did you get for March?
Yeah.
Or sorry, February.
February.
What did you get
Yeah.
for February?
Sorry, the video's a little late, but the next one we'll put up on time.
Yes.
But yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you all next time.
Take care.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching this episode of Games I Bought. What did you get for the month of February? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you all next time.